Good day, ma'am. I am Lady May Patac from BSHM 2A student. And today I am going to tackle about the chapter 12, Organization for Office Management and Business Research. Office Management and Services. Office work constitutes an important segment of a modern enterprise. Office management is concerned with the direction and supervision of office work. Office work includes the recording of transaction as well as the result thereof, writing and answering letters, filling papers, typewriting, messenger work, computing, and related activities. Effective handling of office work is basic to efficient management. Office management is therefore basically concerned with the overall direction of clerical activities, as distinguished from such as finance, manufacturing, sales, personnel, and purchasing. The, the growing importance of office management is apparent in the big increases registered by office employees as compared to non-office employees. The so-called white-collar workers are increasing percentage-wise at a rate faster than blue-collar workers. In the Philippines, traditional psychology makes employees prefer white-collar jobs even when blue-collar jobs are more remunerative. While office management is not yet a professional like accounting, nor a fixed and major function like sales or production, it is nevertheless growing in importance. Who is responsible for office management or services? The office management function may be specialized through the appointment of an office manager. If the company has an office manager, he therefore will be responsible for the efficient execution of office management and services. The office management must have a general knowledge of every major part of the enterprise and a very intimate knowledge of some portions. He must solve problems involving practically every activity of the enterprise. He must possess a genuine insight and ability in managerial work. The manager may have an assistant to whom he assign such responsibility, but the basic command and contract are vested in him. In companies that have no office management, the responsibility for the office management or services may be delegated to an administrative assistant. Assigning these responsibilities to various department heads of the enterprise has been experienced not effective. Sometimes office management is handled by the assistant secretary, the chief account, or other executive. The controller is sometimes changed with more than accounts and is given supervision over office activities in banks, insurance companies, and financial institutions. The office manager may report directly to the president or to major vice president. The place of office management is also dependent on size, on the nature of the business, on the philosophy of top management. There seems no point in specializing the office function in a small firm. The small office is inclined to be informal. In a bigger enterprise, however, scheduling and records management may get out of hand if not handled by a separate department. A manufacturing establishment would have a different office set up from an insurance company. The philosophy of top management as regards centralizing or decentralizing the office function will affect organization. So, would the availability of the office and personnel and extent of communication facilities, space, and the tradition of customs in the industry itself. Office management is not only a facilitating function, it is also an important center of coordination. The office manager is a good executive and supervisor who is expert in clerical details and office procedures. At the same time, he must realize that records and all the things he deals with are only means to facilitate executive control and to promote the smooth functioning of the productive functions. Importance of office work. The importance of office work may be stated as follows. 1. Office work is a facilitating function. It is the essential medium through which the various activities of an enterprise are fused together. It is the lifeblood of any modern enterprise. 2. Office services are the basis of the enterprise managerial activities of planning, coordinating, directing, and controlling. Facts and information are necessary for intelligent planning. These data involve separate records, which in turn involves office tasks. The integration of decision and actions implied in coordination requires the exchange of information and instruction and adequate communication between members of management. Finally, all activities involve the full coordination of the office. 3. The technical and individual work of practically every department of the enterprise is implemented by the office function. For instance, the credit department cannot operate successfully without the records of the creditors as to amounts and dates due, list of delicate accounts, credit history of customers, and quantity of correspondence. This again emphasizes the importance of office work. Office system. Office system is the term applied to way filing, making records, writing letters, computing, and so on. Office work is organized. Each office has its system of office system. In a well-organized business is made up to carefully laid out routines or established ways of doing work. As a matter of fact, there is a routine for performing every kind of office work, and all office work must go through the established routines. Example, every similar piece of work must undergo similar process through the same step in the same way. It's the extent to which certain office functions should be in setting up a system, an issue that frequently crops up centralized. What clerical activities should be centralized and what should be decentralized? The advocates of centralization argue that enables flexibility in the use of critical personnel. An example of centralization would be a stenotyping pool. Instead of having separate typists of stenographic for each unit, section, or supervisor in a firm, all typists and stenographers would be concentrated in one pool and their services given where the need exists. Centralization lessens the cost of supervision and enables line executives to pay greater attention to their specific tasks without worrying too much about office details. Specialization is fostered. Production in a simple job like handling an addressograph machine or a memographing machine can be tremendously increased if the person handling it is a specialist and does not have to take decision, type, or file records at the same time. Training is also easier in a centralized office. Wage administration, incentive payments, and performance checks are also better affected. Centralization may, however, be overdone. The office manager may be so concerned with his department that he forgets his main job to facilitate the work of the other departments. Confidential matters may leak out, irritating problems concerning minor changes and correction in correspondence, frequent consultations of certain records, priorities in handling of paperwork, and red tape may hamper operations. It is the job of the top manager to determine where centralization is good and to what extent it should be applied. Certain office work like mail, reception of callers, messagerial services, duplicating services, filing, computing, record management, library services, routine correspondence, and communication should, to a certain extent, be centralized. Record keeping. Records of purchases and sales of all activities and the place where these records are made and kept is probably the most important work of the office. In large offices, these records are kept by the accounting officers at the same time that he is keeping track of all the accounts on the money received, paid, or owned. The same department further handles the function of recording, tabulating, and reporting the result of all transactions. The reports prepared show the past success or failures and help to determine the future activities of the company. In the conduct of business, there is always the existence of correspondence, example letters received and letters sent out. In large offices, several persons may be assigned to handle correspondence which, after having been answered, must be filed accordingly. They must be easily located for reference. In record-keeping system is very important. Records must be simple. To meet the test of simplicity, records should be sufficient to meet requirements but no more. They should not exceed the requirements for which they are prepared. Records should be accurate. They should not contain errors. Records should be economical. In some instances, the cost of preparing and maintaining records may be more than the economy they were supposed to bring about. Records should be useful. Unnecessarily, records have no place in business. The uses of the records are primarily for the formulation of plans and the evaluation of performance. Records are also necessary to meet the requirements of government agencies. Even a sari-sari store has to maintain a simple record of purchases and sales. Big corporations require the services of accounts, auditors, and lawyers to help them meet government requirements. Records are necessary as tools of control. In the preparation of reports and plans, records are restored too. When executives compare the company's performance over different periods of time or the performance of departments and branches, records are necessary. Records keeping may be classified as to whether it is centralized or decentralized, or classification may be according to the method used in locating items that are filed. Thus, it may be alphabetically with headings arranged according to how they appear in the alphabet. This method may be appropriate for small firms but becomes unwieldy and cumbersome in big establishments. Records keeping may be geographical. All items in one geographic area are filed together. with sub-filing according to subject matter or alphabetical heading. It may be numerical, in which case an index is first prepared to correlate the number with the alphabetical headings. It may be according to subject matters, but the need for an alphabetical index is apparent. An inefficient method would, of course, be chronological filing, where papers are put one on top of another in the time sequence of their arrival. Another method of classifying records would be according to the equipment used in keeping them. The most common would be desk drawer files or steel and wooden filing cabinets. The use of loose leaf binders, particular files, and visible index files is now mandatory in most offices. Microfilming is also becoming common. Big industries install electronic data processing system to record their transaction in electronic tape. An important kind of record is the report. The report may be administrative or to meet the needs of transition administration. The annual report, the balance sheet, and financial statements are administrative reports. Periodic department reports are prepared by the various departments to outlet their performance. The sales manager would prepare a periodic report for the department based on the periodic reports of the branches and sales units under him. Special reports are prepared from time to tell of new products, new methods, new processes, reorganization, or similar information. These reports may be prepared in narrative, accounting, or statistical form, or they may be a composite of all three types of preparing a report. Office layout. The job of office management with respect to the office layout consists of the determination of space requirements and their detailed utilization to provide practical arrangement of the physical factors. The arrangement of office equipment may be functional, thus all typing would be in some section, all mailing would be in another, and all records in a fixed place. Arrangement may be according to the flow of work, either the flow of papers or the flow of persons handling office activity. If the office is arranged according to the flow of work, that flow should be procedural, straight, and convenient. Environmental conditions such as light, temperature, and noise control may also determine the office layout. Quite often, office layout is based on personal preferences and not on any system or scientific reason. Increasing use of office machines. The increasing use of machines in office has enabled the solution of certain office managerial problems and the lowering of office costs. This means that those offices which previously used few machines in office management are now using more, while those offices that have always used machines are finding better or improved ways of using the machines already available. For instance, typewriters and other machines have been electrified. Calculating and duplicating devices have been simplified and speed up. Dictating and transcribing machines have been perfect and made easy to handle. Various accounting machines to produce necessary records in operations are widely used in big business concerns. The net result of the increasing use of office machines has been to increase the quantity and quality of office performance. Aside from typing, calculating, duplicating, dictating, transcribing and accounting machines, many companies also use microfilming, addressing, folding, stamping and mailing, sorting, billing, and tabulating machines. Each of the functions may be handled by different kinds of machines. For instance, duplicating may be by mimeographing, blueprinting, lithography, or photocopying. Office services. As earlier stated, services are for the purpose of helping other departments of a business to facilitate their work to better advantage. Communication, for instance, is necessary between individuals, between departments, and with those outside of the company. Some of the facilitating office services that may be summarized are handling of papers, incoming letters are received, opened, sorted, and distributed. Outgoing letters are folded, enclosed, and mailed. Mailing is an important service as it definitely facilitates communication. 2. Preparation of communication letters have to be dictated and transcribed. Receiving this dictation is a service as it is a facilitating activity. It may be accomplished through machines, dictation, and transcription. Telephone dictation, the use of dictograph or other devices. 3. Centralized answering letter. 4. Conversation letters and papers must be prepared. They are sources of past and present information and guides in the future. Efficient filing is very essential in preserving these office products as it facilitates the finding of the desired by the various departments of the business. Papers needed. 5. Procurement, storing, and distribution of office stationery and forms and supplies. These materials are needed to carry and facilitate the work of everyone in the office. 6. Maintenance of first aid unit. This is an office services because it facilitates the taking of accidents and sudden illness which may become serious if not attended to promptly. 7. Employee services. These services facilitate the effort of the employees more or less in their own behalf and may include an office library, office cafeteria, rest facilities, and the other services mentioned in the chapter on organization of personnel. Office management problems. Modern business in making greater and greater demands upon office work and services. Nowadays, with business operating in high speed, a well-managed office is recognized as an almost indispensable aid to effective management of business. On a large scale, scientific methods are being applied in the performance of office work in order to establish standards of output, quality, and pay. Standardization of office work and office methods has made rapid strides. Office activities have developed rapidly with the expansion of business. There is necessity of collecting information and for effective control through records, respondents, and routines. So that could be all. Thank you and God bless.